Fifi is a small cat with a steady presence. She stays close, as if she has already chosen where she belongs. Before she was safe, her days were quiet in a different way. She stayed near her mother and littermates after being left by the side of a road, watching, waiting, learning to stay close to what felt familiar. She arrived at a home that was meant to be temporary at first. The idea was simple: a calm place, some time, and then a decision. In that home, there were two people. One had always been comfortable with animals. The other was still unsure, more used to quiet spaces without them. Fifi noticed both, but she moved differently around the man. She would sit a little closer, stay a little longer, watch him when he walked away. The first time they met properly, it was uneventful. He sat down. She stepped forward. No hesitation. She climbed into his lap and stayed there, as if the space had been hers before. The early days were slow. The house stayed quiet. At night, she moved softly through the rooms, then returned to wherever he was. Sometimes she hid under furniture. Sometimes she just sat and looked. Small changes came without much notice. She began to follow him from room to room. If he stood up, she stood up. If he left, she waited by the door. There was some worry. Maybe she was too attached. Maybe it would change. But nothing was rushed. They let her move at her own pace. One afternoon, he went outside to do some work. The machine was loud, unfamiliar. She paused for a moment, then walked forward anyway. A second later, she was in his lap again, settled, calm, as if the noise didn't matter. After that, it became routine. Wherever he went, she followed. Around the house, into the yard, from one small task to another. She stayed close, always within reach. Days found their rhythm. Morning movements, quiet afternoons, evenings where she curled up beside him without asking. It was simple and steady. Now, the house feels different, but not in a loud way. She waits for him, walks beside him, sits with him, even when nothing is happening. At some point, without anyone saying it, things had already changed. She was no longer just a cat in the house. She had become part of how the house worked. Trust, sometimes, does not arrive all at once. It settles in small places, over time, until it feels like it has always been there. If you enjoy these quiet stories, you can like, share, and subscribe to follow along. We believe the smallest moments often say the most if you take the time to notice them.